I don't do intros. How you guys doing today? I'm doing alright today. Today I'm bringing you my first Lords of the Fallen video. Probably one of the first PvP videos you're going to see on YouTube of Lords of the Fallen. Um, yeah, we'll talk about the PvP, the state of the game, and the co-op, and the multiplayer, and the PvE. We'll talk about all that in this video. My general thoughts, impressions, and opinions of this game. I'm probably about 7 hours into the game. I just beat the first beacon boss and went a little bit past that. Um, but first, guys, there's something I have to say. Last night, we hit 900 subscribers here on the channel, which is insane. I never even thought we would get to this point when I started making 1,000 subscribers my goal before the end of the year, but we somehow did. So thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to the video, man, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. We only have 100 more left to get, so let's do it, man. But with that being said, guys, let's talk about Lords of the Fallen, the newest Souls-like game that just released a couple of days ago. So how I've been playing this game is I have been going through the game, right? This was sick, by the way. Probably the best PvP interaction I've had in this game was fighting this guy. So I've been going through the game, and as I've been going through the game, getting to new areas, getting to new bosses, I've been stopping and turning back and like doing invasions as I'm playing through the game, as I'm getting my build together, and yeah. So I'm doing invasions, I'm doing co-op, I'm summoning, I'm helping other people kill bosses, I'm summoning other people. I'm trying to get as much online play of this game as I possibly can. What the fuck? I'm sorry, guys. My cat is like fucking up like a crate of dog food. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. I don't know what he was doing. He's being a little gremlin. Anyway, so what do I think about this game? Well, straight up, right now, I'll tell you guys. My impression of the PvP and the PvE of this game is unfinished. It should not have came out the time that it came out. It probably could have honestly been another year in development, to be honest. There's a lot of clank, a lot of jank, a lot of clunk in this game, but the online feels terrible at the moment. And there is a reason why it feels so bad. It's because, unlike Elden Ring and the Souls games in general, Lords of the Fallen does not use peer-to-peer connection, which means your connection is based solely on the host and nothing else. That's the co-op partner's connection and the invader's connection. They're both based solely on however good the host's internet is. Meaning that if the host is laggy, you will start teleporting even if you aren't laggy. And if you happen to invade a host and a summon and a co-op at the same time, they can just blender you to death because you can't roll away from them because you are lagging so bad that there's nothing that you can do. It's kind of unplayable at the moment. But from what I've heard of the developers, they reached out to a lot of the PvPers of like the Souls games like G9 and Steel and Ouroboros and stuff like that, and they've got advice from these guys. They didn't really listen to them, but they did get advice from them. That tells me that they plan on fixing their PvP. And right here, I'm showing off some co-op here on the first kind of area of the game, the second one, I guess. Just a funny little co-op moment. I'm also going to show a clip at the end of the video of a boss fight that completely bugged out for me during a co-op session. But yeah, I just thought this was funny, right? My co-op friend, it's random, by the way. I don't know this guy. He runs up the beam and gets absolutely obliterated by this fucking guy, then he falls off the ledge and I have to revive him. So I guess that's something I could talk about. In this game, you have seamless co-op, which is similar to I guess the what's that mod called again? I think it's actually called Seamless Co-op. The Seamless Co-op mod from Elden Ring on PC. Just some more PvP here. But yeah, guys, I'm showing off a couple different weapons. I'm doing an Inferno build on this game, which means I'm like a Pyromancer. Something that I really like about the Inferno class is, unlike the Souls game, you actually do have a stat for your fire casting magic damage. In most Souls game, you either just upgrade the Pyro Glove or you upgrade 2 stats to make the fire damage go up. And in Lords of the Fallen, you have 1 stat for that. It's Inferno. And the first weapon you guys saw me using was the Rusty Cutter. It had some Inferno scaling on it. You get it in the first area right before the first boss fight in the game. Very, very early on. So I used the Rusty Cutter, and then I found something called the Raw Mangler's Axe, which also had Inferno scaling on it. And it also did Ignite buildup, which I think is Burn in this game. So, I tried it out for a bit. Unfortunately, it was pretty fucking shit. I actually think the Rusty Cutter might have been better, even if the axe had burn buildup on it. It didn't really feel like you could burn the enemy too well. You probably could if you like put on the fire salts and use maybe 2 of the axes to get the burn off. You probably could do a lot of burn damage, but I didn't do that. I love the look of the shield on this character, so I wanted to parry a lot. Even though I don't think the parry mechanic is great in this game. Also, the rally system isn't that great either. So you see that little white bar that we had. This game is more inspired by Bloodborne and Sekiro than it is Dark Souls. I mean, it looks like Dark Souls. It kind of similarly plays like Dark Souls, but it gets more of its gameplay inspiration from like Sekiro and Bloodborne, with the rally mechanic and the parry system being the way that it is, with connected to posture and whatnot. This guy just gave up, by the way. In my opinion, those systems in this game are actually very bad. Like, this game doesn't really have a roll. It has like a dodge like Bloodborne and Sekiro. If you're not locked on. If you're not locked on, you do a roll. If you're locked on, you do like a little dash, which does not go very far at all. And of course, it has rally, and then it has the parry system. Yeah, man. In my opinion, I think the developers maybe really liked those games, but they didn't really study them enough to understand why the mechanics were the way they were, right? Imagine, like, in Bloodborne, if you could, like, lose your rally and take a shit ton of damage because of it. It would, like, entirely defeat the purpose of the faster-paced combat and, just being aggressive, right? In this game, you can get rewarded and punished for being aggressive because Wither does not work the way it should. It doesn't work like Rally, pretty much. So how Wither works is you get that white bar build up, and you can get your health back if you attack. You don't get very much health back. I guess depending on how much damage you do get a lot more back. But unfortunately, if you get damaged at all while you're withered, you take that white bar is worth the damage plus more damage on top of that, depending on how hard the attack is that hit. Which you're gonna see here, this guy has a full wither bar, right? And then I just smack him and he loses all of it. It's gone, and he took a little bit extra damage too. Yeah, so that's basically the rally in Bloodborne, but done worse. Because it punishes you for being rallied. Rally is not supposed to punish you, it's supposed to reward you for being aggressive. And I do like the parry system. I just wish there was more of an animation to it. Like in Sekiro, you can, I don't know. Sekiro it's a smoother game, right? It's just a smoother game. And this game just unfortunately isn't as smooth, right? Like you go to parry, it just looks like a normal block. That's pretty much all it is. It's just a normal block. Whereas in Sekiro, when you parry, there's like a whole animation to it, and you know that you hit the parry, right? It's like a deflection kind of. In this game, you just go dink, and that's it, right? You also, something that I did notice is that you can't cancel an attack into a parry, and that was something that was crucial for like Sekiro's combat, right? If you were attacking and all of a sudden you didn't want to attack anymore, you can just press L1 and then boom, you have a parry. It cancels, which was great. It made the game feel responsive, made it feel reactive, and it was just very good for Sekiro. This game doesn't have that, unfortunately. If you attack, you are committed to your attack. It's kind of Dark Souls in that way, I guess. But honestly, that I don't know. It just doesn't work that well if your biggest inspirations for your combat is Bloodborne and Sekiro more than it is Dark Souls. Yeah, that's how I've been going through the game, guys. You guys have kind of seen the evolution of my character and my build as I'm playing through the game. I'm using the last weapon I was using there was the Bloodlust. It is a short sword that has bleed and fire on it and scales with Inferno. I think that might be one of the best weapons for me to use on my build, and I'll probably use it for a long time until I find something better. Probably like a great sword or something that has like Inferno or something on it. Anyway, guys, here is an example of a boss bugging out. So I summoned a friend. My friend died, but the boss was still aggroed onto him. And because the boss was still aggroed onto him and not aggroed onto me, even though he wasn't even alive anymore, I could just kill the boss for free. And it was easy. And after this clip, you guys are going to see my build as I'm going through the game, my equipment and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of Lords of the Fallen. I kind of gave a lot of my general opinions about the game here. Just let me know what you guys think. How are you guys enjoying the online? Are you using the online? Or are you just playing the PvE? Like, what's going on? Tell me. But yeah, guys, with that being said, if you like this kind of content, this kind of Lords of the Fallen content, this kind of Souls game content, Elden Ring, I do it all. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video, man. Trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. We are 100 subscribers away, man. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would drop me a sub. It'd mean the world to me. Go follow my Twitch as well. It's DustInsanity _ at twitch.tv. And with that being said, guys, fare thee well, peace out, and all that fun stuff. And don't you dare go hollow, friends.